Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 26 of my tutorial series for beginners in Dwarf Fortress. So today we got a lot of things to do. As usual, this is a gameplay let's play series. That means there will be lots of interferences between the main topic of this series, but it's all going to be filled with explanations, and I hope you're going to find these helpful as usual. So we're going to get ourselves settled in with our barony today, because last episode we have announced our baron. So when you got yourself your first baron, it's important to note a few things. So first off, this is our person. When you go for the preferences, you can already see what kind of things they will want to have produced in their mandates they're going to issue. So I prophesize backpacks. I think there will be, well, oh gosh, I think this person will love backpacks, yeah. So I'd be not too surprised if we'd be seeing a lot of backpack mandates. And of course, as with every noble, he requires special accommodations. But unlike the mayor, you see here it's more important now. So they need also a tomb now, unlike the mayor. So I figured we're going to build that down here. What's also going to be a thing we're going to do is we're going to relay our trade depot today, because it's now time for us to do so. We are now a barony. That means the game is now flinging larger trade caravans at us, so we're going to be prepared for that. I figured that this would be a nice spot to do so. So when you are large enough to accommodate wagons, you're going to need a larger entry, because wagons need a grid at least 3 tiles wide to navigate through. I don't know if the water wheel here will be of any issue for that. Hope they can come there from north. So the idea now is simply the wagon rolls on in here, and it goes down here into a sheltered area. And we're going to start with these things before we do the apartments. Poor Baron, but get over it. So we're going to put up another bridge here, because I, of course, want to be able to seal off this thing if there's ever the necessity to do so. So we're going to have an extra trader's entrance now, but if ever there will be any hostility arising, we're going to seal off that thing, just as we seal off the entirety of the rest of the box. So the next thing that we got to take care of is that we put up a clear passage to our base for the wagon. So basically, quite often, you don't need to do anything because the wagon can just roll on there. But I've heard things, for example, that trees and boulders and these things are really, really bad for wagons to navigate through. So ideally, we'd be building a road now to the map's end. But one thing at a time. The preparations here are already a good start. Why is there a pair of pigtail trousers? Nobody knows. No second questions asked. So let's dismantle that trade depot there, and we're going to build a new one there. So we got, let's make that what? Yeah, fine pewter. Why not? You know, I don't care. Okay, so let's see that all our mandates and stuffs get done. The good old spike ball mandate. Never grows old. And if I find time today, we're going to resolve our elk bird problematic as well. You know, there's been things. So let's make sure we're going to get, let's make that via a work order. Custom work order for that. So spike ball, or spiky, no. What? Wasn't it? Spiked ball. Ah, spiked. I see. There we go. So we're going to make these iron yet again and drop a work order down for 2. That's all we require. Okay, so our trade depot is being relayed now. Let's build a nice abode for our mayor. So I figured we're going to go on over here because this is just a fancy place. We're going to make the apartments out of Billon because I personally think that's a good common ground. We could, of course, use a more prestigious material, of course, but I didn't feel like doing so. You can, of course, go as crazy as you want to, basically. The more costly materials you use for your mayor's or baron's abode, the more value it has, the better. You know, it's just like that. So now we're going to cancel constructions here because I recently figured that this is a way easier way of constructing the entire jazz by just punching holes for the doors afterwards. Okay, so our library, well, they do require some bookcases. Last time I took away all the bookcases from them, and why is all the hauling not getting done? Too much other stuff, obviously. Alright, so bookcases are necessary. One day in the far-fetched future, we're going to have, of course, also a steady supply of books, but for now, well... Oh, look at that! Quires and scrolls! Hot damn. So, I'm going to introduce another neat trick for you. So, to speed up the writing process, there is a weird thing that you can do, and that's connected with levers. So, I don't know why it is so, but basically, this is a they would call it an exploit, yeah. This is an exploit to force your scholars to do more scholaring, so it's up to you if you want to do it or not. So you go first and check on out who are your scholars. That's Sigun somewhat and Zazit somewhat, and then we go and assign this thing to a certain person. The most annoying part now is that you have to find the person and you don't have any indicators, nothing. You could assign them a specific job with an icon that you can... yeah, here, the icon for a scholar is the best point. Sorry. So you assign this worker to that thing, and then you tell them to pull the lever and do that forever. And do that as a very important thing. And we do that for the other dude as well. And now we're just looking for the icon here. It's the easiest way. I learned that and then I forgot it again. That's talent. And you put that up like that, and for some odd reason, this does bring your scholars to do more pondering. I don't know why that is so, but it is like that. Just deal with it. And last but not least, we can now check out what kind of written content we got there. So, can examination of the patient save the world? The hidden meaning of animal diets. Common sense flotation. Okay. So these things, they don't really have any bigger meaning, but your dwarfs get on in there and they read and they enjoy their read, which is pretty valuable in its own right, because it's a own way of socializing and enjoying their time, and that's always a very valuable thing. So now we're going to set up the nobleman's quarters. Unlike your other dwarfs, the nobleman is very needy and choosy, and they need a specific quality for their bedroom. So if you have any jewel encrusted items, that's really fine. The higher quality items you got, the better. So let's see, do we have any other mandate? Hey, make backpacks. Who would have thought? So we can also make this mandate thing go on here like that. So you do this like this, and then you set it up like that, and now it's just a one-time order. It's just going to be fired off once to satisfy the mandate, and that's everything that's going to happen. So, but take these mandates seriously, because otherwise your noble wants to hammer somebody or put them into jail, because, you know, they are very important people after all. So, jokes aside, fulfilling the mandates, if you don't fulfill them, the noble person will grow unhappy, and if you have justice running, they will punish somebody for not fulfilling it, and whoopsie, we don't need that table, and then they will be happy about the fact that somebody got punished. So the gist of it is, yeah, try to keep your mandates fulfilled. That's the easiest way of doing this. So we again have no armor stands. So let's check out what kind of valuable materials we got there. So yeah, steel. Let's make steel. The thing here about armor stands and weapon stands is they do really improve the room's value. So you can do a lot of cool things with that. So we're going to do this, and as soon as these rooms are somewhat finished, let's start assigning these. All right. This is by far the easiest part, of course, of making it cozy for your noble person, because you know we are already used to this kind of business, right? So this is not exactly a new thing. The only new thing is that your baron has higher requirements than the people that came before him. That's the biggest change. So, but beyond that, oh yeah, and I guess we could say that requiring a specific a tomb before yourself, before you're actually dead, is also something unique about the noble people. But I find that very dwarven to say, I want my grave already prepared. By the way, if I remember correctly, this is the highest quality level, these three lines there. Let's check it out. You can... So when you go for the quality ratings here, I'm talking about these. So we're going to check this out, but I think this was a masterwork. So there's this coding here. The asterisk here is superior quality, and this is masterwork. So this cogwheel kind of thing, and exceptional. All right. So I think this cogwheel thing is then the best one. Let's check it out one more time so I'm not telling any crap. Yeah, this the cogwheel thing is the best one, and the three lines below each other are the second best thing. So now we got these rooms almost assigned, and here, the tomb. And unlike the other tombs, this one will be assigned directly to the nobleman. There we go. And when we check out the requirements now, so you see we have a lot of we have a lot of happies so far, but we require another chest, we require a cabinet, and the stands. Okay, we're almost good there. So when the quality of the room ain't good enough for your dude, don't worry too much about it. You can always just smoothen and engrave the room, and that will improve the quality accordingly. This should be enough. When you run here, like I did it, walls made out of refined metal, that alone is an insane value boost. So there we go. Then let's see. I saw that there was a assignment for beds, or a mandate for beds, and therefore let's just get on over there and use closest material placement yet again, so we get that done faster. So we're slowly getting to a point where the fortress is featuring enough bedrooms and stuff to accommodate the entire population here. We're getting there. Okay, so let's check it out. So we're requiring the tomb still. Wait a sec. Needs tomb, but I have a tomb here. Now I'm confused. Maybe it's the quality. Alright, so the weapon stands are already done as well. Let's place them down. Sometimes your dwarves name their gear. That's usually the point where they don't want to wear any other piece of gear anymore. So take care of that. That's one of the biggest reasons why you don't want your dwarfs to have some silly, crappy weapon in their hand, because they grow accustomed to it, and then they don't want to give it away anymore. And that kind of sucks. So, servant's burial chamber. All right, so that's what's missing here. I don't know who's his servant, though. So here we have the infamous pigtail shoe in the door. That's the reason why doors are not really a good way of keeping your fortress safe, because literally every single small item in there is blocking them. So let's see, who's the Baron's servant? It's, well, that's a, alright, I have to look this up. I somehow didn't see that one coming, but it doesn't matter that much. Basically, it's not that important to fulfill all these things at once. It's fine to check that out. So we know that we need another grave there. I just don't know how to determine who's the servant there, but we'll find that out as well. And once I know, you will know. Okay, so we got that weapon rack, now the armor stand. Oh, dwarves are partying. Nice. Alright. So, let's put another burial thing in there. But it's already quality-wise good enough. We just need that servant's burial chamber now. I mean, it won't hurt to engrave the whole shack as well. Never does, you know. Your dwarves will certainly not grow unhappy because it's too beautiful around them. Alrighty, so we're really low on wood as I can see here, so let's change that. Chop up some trees here, we got insanely many there. So, it's there, oh yeah. I did put up the bridge. Oh boy, so that's not cool. There's lots of food in there, so we put down a quick stockpile zone there. Just to make sure it doesn't go bad. Where's the food button? Usually go for... Seriously? I'm blind? Yeah, there. I'm blind. So this way it's now at least stored, you know, and it's not going to go bad. It's already... There's already enough rotten stuff in there. There, look at this. Ah, never mind. It's all rotten already. Damn. So... Without the magic of a storage stockpile zone, your food goes bad like that. It's weird, but the game works like that. As long as there's the stockpile zone below the food, it doesn't go bad. The moment you miss out on that, it goes bad. Alrighty, so let's check on out how things are coming together here. But to summarize all the things that I wanted to put up in this episode, the Baron's arrival is pretty much very similar to the Mayor, with the exception that you now have two snobs and their demands to take care of. That's the biggest issue behind that. So let's see. Maybe the game is getting me. So do I have a readout about who the hell is there is the servant of the Baron? I find that very confusing. I'm literally seeing this for the first time, admittedly. So this is not the person of that we're looking for, because that's the spouse of a Baron. So, well, just looking through that list at least once to make sure that there's anybody assigned to that task. So, there we go. Export of beds has been prohibited. Alright, you do you. Okay, well. Can't link these together. Well, I'll find that out once, or maybe you guys find out for me. But also worth mentioning here is that if you ever fail to fulfill one of these things here, fully. It's just going to make your noble person a tad bit unhappy. It's not like they're immediately going bonkers because of that. The mandates, these are really the important things. They are like lawmaking, you know. They're taking these things damn seriously. Okay, so let's go downstairs and visit our elk bird thing one more time. So I looked up how dangerous they are, and luckily they are not that dangerous. So let's have some fun. We're going to go to our lever here. This way, by the way, you can easily go to a linked lever. And now we're going to have some fun with these. So this one is a smart one. Look at these smart buggers. They're seeing it coming, aren't they? But obviously, okay, the mechanism is not working as intended. Well, could it be that there was something not getting done there? But the gist of it is, our military will be capable of slapping these birds easily. So the first thing we gotta do here is we gotta lock this here. And we gotta make sure that our real dudes are getting there. So yeah. We're taking all these targets. Boom. And we're confirming the targets and we're unlocking the doors. So let's have some fun. And the first of these elk birds is already on the staircase, as you see there. But we should be fine. Let's check on out if or look at that. The bridge did now go up, so they are without reinforcements now. Okay. Seems like this just didn't work out in the first time. Okay, so our military dwarfs are mopping up the scene quite quickly, just like I thought. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they can go now, and we have successfully secured the perimeter here. So the next thing to make it really safe again is put up a freaking wall in here, because right now this opening here is extremely dangerous. Oh, migrants, hello there. So, and well, I do not even see the elk birds fighting back. So they're basically killing these beasts just before they were actually capable to act. None of these lines here is stating that one of the elk birds is actually fighting back. So yeah, that went well. And the best part about it is we got ourselves now a tasty elk bird, and we got birds in a cage, which we can work with. So this opens up our first opportunity to do some animal business. So we're certainly not going to go too deep into that today, but in another episode probably. Okay, beautiful. I really like what's going on there. So we could have actually built a wall here before we drew that one. Yeah, tell you what, we're going to do that. I feel like doing this. So let's draw a wall up here. And we're, of course, using the blocks. And we're drawing up another piece of floor here as well. Okay, beautiful. Where's the block I'm looking for? Damn, this game has way too many things. Okay, so let's see. I did do a one-time job there. And just like the last time with the one-time job, we're going to do another one next. Because I'm not done yet with this part of this area here. I want to make this a real nice little secure area in our fortress. And this area here now is perfectly safe. We got a lot of people now to work with. So now we're going to link that lever here as well. And if there is ever going to be a siege, we're going to be fine. The only question remains is, can the wagon get through that or not? But we're going to find that out soon enough. I'm just waiting for the next caravan for that to find that out. Okay, so we got the elk birds cleaned out. This is now a longer work in progress for our dude. So make backpacks. Did that job not get done here, or is it already a new one? So let's get on over here and make sure that things get done. So first off, could it be that we don't have the necessary workshop yet? You know, sometimes things just slip past me like that. Yeah, I think this might be very well the case. Okay, good thing that I double-checked. So, since we still have our farmer's workshop and things over here, we're going to put this here. I'm not that happy with it. It's basically very, very, how to put it? Very sloppy, very chaotic. Yeah, that's what I really don't like about it. But let's see. Job didn't get cancelled because of the lack of material. It was the lack of a workshop. Okay, beautiful. So we got that as well. We got this fortress somehow now under control and in order. And as you see here, our library is a place that is getting a lot of attention here. And we have not assigned this into a dining hall yet. That's a shame. Let's do this. Because like I said, it's only counting for good thoughts as soon as it's assigned to being a dining hall. All right, let's place in a few more tables in here, you know. Keep that business rolling. And the moment you got yourself your first Baron, you really got to keep an eye out on these mandates. It's best to just double and triple check them every once in a while, because this way you just don't get ambushed by something like that. Okay, so we're burning through wood right now in a rate that's actually quite scary. So let's assign some more trees there. Why not? Okay. So for some odd reason, they're not doing this, or we got a professional gelder. Seriously? Alright, our gelder is claiming a stoneworker's workshop. I'm really curious now what a person whose business is chopping off animal balls is going to make as an artifact. He's not doing it himself, he's possessed, so he's not going to develop any legendary skill out of that. But, yeah, it's quite tragic that possession is, in my opinion, the worst of the strange moods, because it doesn't leave the dwarf with cool stuff afterwards. So he's lacking something. He's lacking something. He's lacking cloth. So there's still that situation that we're not processing cloth accordingly. So how did that happen? Is that now because we're making too much of that stuff here? Let's see. Obviously, it is because we ain't got enough cloth. So I really don't know why my industry is eating up all the cloth. This is something we better check at some point. But luckily, we got still some cloth here in the hospital. So let's do this little workaround there. So we're destroying the hospital, and this way we're not exactly destroying the hospital, but you get the idea. So wait a sec, this guy's not. Ah well, he might be still lacking cloth. Cloth or thread. So let's check it out one more time. Maybe it's thread. Yeah, we got cloth, but we ain't got thread, so that's quite tragic. So, okay, for a moment, let's see if we can change that. This is an odd situation. I haven't had that before. So we can do this and turn off the automatic weaving. Maybe that'll help. Because if the item is is being put into the loom too fast, it's also not going to work. Maybe I'm wrong altogether and another material is missing, so let's triple check that. Okay, but all in all, so tree life, rough color, well, we have, maybe not have enough gemstones. It would be also another valid thing. So we only have gizzard stones. Okay, so let's dig that out. Probably it's gemstone. Because for some reason, bringing up these didn't help him either. Anyways, it's a good point to outro for today. I really thank you for watching. Just like you saw, bringing up a barony isn't that much of a big deal. It's just like you're a mayor, just with higher expectations of pretty much everything. But beyond that, it's very samey demands. So, I don't know where we're going to head next episode. I feel like digging extremely deep and explaining a few things about that as well. Because currently, I feel like this fortress is now at a very solid spot to be at. We have a couple of outlying unhappy people, but we have really lots of food. We have all we require to keep things running. And therefore, I don't know, it's really time to pick up new challenges, I think. So, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and we're going to continue next time. Leave me your comments down below and tell me whatever you have on your mind. I really like to hear from you, as you all know. And leave a thumbs up. Yeah, it was raw gemstone. And consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I'd be really happy to hear that, or seeing you do that. It's extremely helpful for the channel. So have a wonderful day, everybody, and next time we're going to find out what the Gelder is making as an artifact. See you guys next time.